right, guys, check this out. One of my favorite bands out here. I've been watching these guys live for years, from their tour with Eminem at massive stadiums like Marvel Stadium to the smaller shows to the big day outs. These guys have always amazed me on stage. Some of my favorite music to listen to, and they always amaze with new tracks, good collabs, representing us all over the world. I am joined by MC Pressure from the Hilltop Hoods. Thank you so much for joining me here on the program, man. I am excited to have you here on the
What's
show.
up, bro? Thank you very much for having me.
So I've been following you guys for a long time. You guys are some of the best stage performers that I've seen out of everyone. And I've seen, some of the biggest names in the world. And now I see you guys got some special talent in on this awesome new single. You got Alex Volkanovski, Colby Thicknesse, shot it at Absolute MMA. How did you guys land on featuring these guys in this new single?
So it's a bit of a convoluted story. Craig Jones is a friend of mine. His brother Adam is one of my best mates, so I know him through him. He was at Volk's champ camp just before his last Diego fight, and along with a whole bunch of other fighters from around Australia that he puts the camp on before he fights. And it came back to me because Adam and Craig, the Jones brothers, were over there partaking in it, and they came back and they were like, man, the boys were bumping Hilltop Hoods throughout the whole camp. And I was like, oh, sick, man. I love Volk. Like, I'm a Volk guy. And also, I really want to be on a cooking show. Which was kind of just this kind of joke that went around for a while. And then we got the treatment for this film clip for Never Coming Home. And Grey Ghost,
Dude, Grey Ghost, what a legend. I've seen him live so many times. St. Kilda Fest. Yeah. My best friend, his cousin is Mantra, so I've seen them perform together a number of times.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's my fan. He came to us in conjunction with his co-writer with the idea of doing a fighting, like a boxing clip that lends itself so well to the story of Never Coming Home. It's a song about achieving greatness and going out and making your mark upon the world and not coming home until you've sort of achieved that. So they came with this idea of a boxing fight, and I was like, man, I'm a bit of an MMA guy. Can we switch it up to MMA? And I might know a couple of people. So I hit Craig up and Adam, and I was like, can you hook me up with the connect with Alex, the great? And yeah. So they put me in contact with him, and I messaged him and I told him about it and asked him very politely, because I'm a fan as well, if he was willing to be in it, and he was super pumped and excited to be in it. So I was, it kind of happened organically, I guess, in that sense that it was just, we knew some people that knew some people.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I saw in the press release as well, he spoke about how your music has been a part of his life for a long time as well, and how much he loves you guys too. Is he like your top favorite fighter? Do you have a list of guys you love to watch? What's your list?
Yeah, look, absolutely. I'll make it clear right now that I'm definitely a casual UFC fan. I'm not the most knowledgeable dude out there, but hanging around a lot with the Jones boys has got me into a lot of UFC and other combat sports. So he's definitely the guy, from everything he's achieved at UFC level, just down to such a legendary bloke that he is. He's funny on socials. He was an absolute gentleman to work with. He was fun. He was super upbeat, lively. Those film clip shoots are a long day as well. He was there for 15 hours just putting in work, and I'm like, that makes sense, because you don't get to where he is in life without putting in work. So yeah.
Yeah, dude, he's a real special fighter, right? Because he lost the title. People thought he was, a lot of people wrote him off, right? And then he came back, he was able to win it. It kind of lines up to this video in a lot of ways, right? And what this video is about, getting the job done, achieving greatness.
Yeah, 100%. We had some conversations. I sent him the treatment pretty early in the conversation. He was like, oh, man, the story resonates with me as well. Because he was like, we got on a Zoom call together with his manager and sort of our team and had a chat. And he's like, I'm kind of like the decorated veteran of UFC these days, but I got this guy who I've been training since, I think he said it was about 10. Don't quote me on that. He was 8 or 10 years old. His name's Colby Thicknesse. And I'd love to play a role in this video where I'm the mentor and he's the kid coming up, and we're like, perfect. And then that's how we came about Colby.
Yeah, dude, Colby Thicknesse. He's got another fight now confirmed for Perth. Made his debut very, very recently, but here's a little bit of footage. I don't think I can play the music because of copyright stuff, but there he is there. Alex Volkanovski, you guys obviously doing a great job here, but Colby Thicknesse, dude, in this video, he's like, I'm like, dude, this guy can act. Like, he is like locked in. Yeah,
Yeah,
like I
yeah,
didn't know this guy could do this, man. I was so like Grey Ghost obviously did an amazing job capturing the vibe,
yeah, yeah.
shooting that thing so beautifully. But man, were you impressed with Colby Thicknesse here? This is like
Dude, you know,
nominate this guy.
the camera loves some people and not so much others, and he was born for it. We're all saying, "Oh, look at this kid. He's going to be an actor after." Maybe Volk's been teaching him to act and fight. I don't know.
Dude, I love that. Hey, I got to also ask you with the Jones boys, right? Craig
Mm,
Jones, one of the biggest names in combat sports. He's taken over jiu-jitsu. He's fought for, jiu-jitsu fighters' rights to make money. He's stood up for
right.
some really important things. He's gotten JDM ready to win the title. He's gotten Alex ready. He's sneakily one of the best MMA coaches out there. What do you think of this like world domination from Craig Jones?
Man, I love seeing it. He's an Adelaide boy from a couple of suburbs from where I grew up. He's a funny lad as well.
Oh, so funny, dude.
But he's a good guy deep down. All the antics on his social media, which is just watching a roller coaster or a train wreck about to happen in the best way possible. but he's a guy that's working for the sport and for the people within the sport. And what a champ.
Dude, he's like in Ukraine and like Colombia. He's all over the place. He said he's going to finish up after the CGI. He's retiring and disappearing off the face of the world.
I saw that, and I didn't want to hear that, but he's got to pull the pin sometime at least. But it's good to see he's going to keep a lot of stock in the game. He's still out there doing things for the sport, collaborating with people. But we actually tried to get him down to Absolute in Melbourne where we shot that video. And he was like, "Oh, we're trying to make some timelines come together," because he was the guy that at the end of the day sort of made the collaborations happen. So we're like, "Mate, come be in the video." And he was super keen. And he was like, "Oh, I can't that weekend. I'm hanging out with Conor McGregor in his club." And I'm like, "I don't need to tell me what happens there." And then like next weekend, he's teaching some grappling moves to soldiers in the front line in Ukraine. I'm like, dude, I don't know about either of these things you're doing on these weekends.
Oh, man. Yeah.
He's about the world somewhere doing crazy shit everywhere. It's amazing to watch.
Hey, by the way, you guys, I love your music, obviously. It really hits hard. Have you thought about, like, would you be open to potentially walking out, like, one of your favorite fighters, like an Alex Volkanovski or somebody else, out to the ring one day, to the octagon one day, and maybe doing a live performance or something?
If I got the chance to walk out one of my favorite fighters, I'd be humbled for the experience. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah,
dude, that would be huge. There's a lot of Australian cards coming up. How good would that be? I'd love to see that.
Yeah, it's growing. It's great to see the sport growing in Australia so much as well. We're getting a good slice.
Hey, I was going to also say, man, you guys are absolutely killing it. I don't know how you do it. By the way, this is just a small screenshot of your tour down here that's coming up around the corner. And as people can see, these are massive, massive venues. Everyone's so excited. Most of them are getting sold out. You're in UK right now. You're touring Germany, UK, Ireland. You're all over the place, man. Tell me about this new tour, being able to drop this new music. What's it like for you, man?
I mean, so we took the better part of 4 or 5 years to make this record, but it was 6 years since its release. So we wanted to put on a world tour to sort of match it. Starting, I think we got about 20 dates in Europe over August, and then coming back to Australia. We're doing a few festivals here and there throughout the summer, then kicking off our arena tour mid-February as for the flyer you just put up. And there's been another show added in the last 24 hours to that flyer as well. So yeah, it's humbling after having done it for so long to see there's so much positive response and overwhelmingly positive response to sort of announcing that album launch and world tour. So thank you.
Have a look at this album right here as well. Huh? Look at that. Beautiful. I love it. I love the cover. That drops August 1st, right? People can get like a vinyl. You guys are putting it out on cassette tape. I love this, man.
I know we're taking it back to the cassette tapes. I think there's even a CD in there. Does anyone buy CDs anymore? I'm not sure.
Dude, I love it. You guys are doing the whole thing.
Yeah.
Hey, just quickly as well. Your song, obviously you have so many hits. How do you guys perform? I've always wanted to ask this. How do you guys have such a tight show? Because people don't realize it. Obviously, you guys go back and forth. You have to break down the songs, do them live. There's so much synergy that goes into the way that you perform. How did you guys find this performance method that you put out there live? Because again, like I've seen some of the biggest acts in the world, and you guys have some of the tightest live shows I've ever seen.
Well, thank you for saying that, my man. I guess it's like an evolving beast that sort of just keeps getting bigger and bigger sort of over time, and it becomes muscle memory. And some of the things we plan and sort of put into the show, we take songs away that maybe weren't working and find ways to rejig them or make them better live or more interesting or just to change them up. But some things just happen kind of naturally and organically on stage between me and Suffer, to the point that we now have all these weird body movements that probably look choreographed, but they're not. Just
they look choreographed, dude. Like it's been practiced.
So long that they just kind of happen, and once they happen again. It's bizarre.
Dude, I love it.
Language between us on stage. I don't know.
Yeah, I love it, man. In terms of the songs, do you ever get sick of performing like some of your biggest hits? Like everyone wants to hear the Nosebleed Section song. I imagine you've had to perform Cosby Sweater now about 350 million times. Like, are you ever like at a point where you're like, we don't want to do this song anymore. Like, let's give this a break, you know?
Yeah, you know, putting a show together is an interesting blend, because there's people that fall in love with music and they attach it to nostalgia in their most formative years of their life, and they carry that love with them for the rest of their lives. So we got people that support us that listen to that, you know, in that stage of their life all the way back at Nosebleed Section. And I mean, Cosby Sweater was 10 years on from that, and we've got ones 10 years on from Cosby Sweater that have sort of blown up. So we try to cram them all in, because I know if I went to a show and, you know, the artist didn't play the most famous song or what I thought was, because everyone's got a different opinion as to what the favorite is when you've been doing it as long as we have. We try to please everyone, plus put in some new shit to keep it interesting for us as well. But at the end of the day, those big songs are also the most fun to play live, because we feed off the energetic reaction of the crowd. It's like this reciprocal response that when the crowd gets hype, we get hype, and it's this shared mutual energy. So they're actually, believe it or not, after 20 years, still fun to play.
Do you ever get, you've kind of toured around with some of the biggest names in the world. I just want to bring it back just quickly, because my buddies will kill me if I don't ask you. What was that experience like at Marvel Stadium when you were touring around with Eminem? And I believe it was like Lil Wayne as well at that time. I'm trying to think back to it. At that time, two of the most polarizing, biggest figures, and you guys are there doing it with them. What was that experience like for you guys?
Yeah, it was pretty. That was that was probably not early on in our career, but in the kind of mid years of our career. And we were smaller back then, so we're lucky enough to get the starting slot before Wayne and then Eminem in packed out stadiums. So we played festivals before, but it's very different playing to someone else's crowd. At a festival, people are there to see music. At an Eminem show, they're there to see Eminem. So it can be pretty daunting. 80,000 people under a roof, closed roof of Marvel at MCG or Sydney Cricket Ground was the biggest. I can't remember, but yeah, it's daunting, but it's an amazing experience. And he had us back on the tour the second time he came around, and got to hang with him for a bit, which was because he's the GOAT. But yeah, it's intimidating playing before a guy as good as Em in front of a crowd that big. But I think we won over a lot of fans that week.
Oh, dude, it was your performance was so tight. Like, I don't want to even. I feel like I'm not going to say, but I was going to say, does he watch the show from the side of the stage, Em? Like, does he comment on your guys' stuff?
I think the second time he watched a bit of it. We were a bit bigger the second time around. It was 7 or 8 years after that. In fact, I think it was 2019 started when we dropped The Great Expanse. And he came and watched half of our set at one show. I think it might have been Auckland. And then came up and gave us a bit of praise and rap, which was a bit of a moment for me. Yeah. Yeah, it's like one of your heroes coming up to you and telling you you're smashing it at their show. It was a pretty special moment.
All right, guys, just quickly jumping in here to talk about a couple of things. First up, of course, check out this new Hilltop Hoods album that's just dropped today. Check that out. Beautiful. Fall From the Light. That's available right now. Make sure to check that out. You can get a cassette tape, vinyl. the whole thing. And of course, check out the boys on tour. And just quickly, while we're talking about music, I just want to talk about a couple of friends of mine from Time Out Productions. They've been killing it for a really, really long time. I think it's important to support the guys that have been grinding and putting all their effort and heart into their music. I'm talking about Earl Jam. I'm talking about Victorious Vic. A couple of albums I want to bring to your attention, available right now on Spotify. Of course, The Source, one of Earl Jam's latest drops right here. You guys can check that out on Spotify right now. And Late to the Party. There's a whole bunch of them, but this is a new kind of party. Check this out. This is out as well, and that's on the Time Out Production Spotify as well. Just important to support the great music around you. These guys are absolutely killing it. Jump on, check out their music. It's in the description below. Let's support local music, local hip hop, local beats, and let's get these guys to thrive, because they have some really, really good music out there. So please check them out if you get an opportunity to do that. And just quickly as well, this interview is brought to you by our friends at Manscaped. And look at this right here. We've got the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. That is white hot. It says now available in the US and Canada, but also available in Australia, in New Zealand, in the UK. Check this out. Look at that. Look at that. So if you've got the existing Manscaped lawnmowers, and of course they're fantastic to have, but if you're looking for a little change up, if you're looking for a cool new look, if it's time to upgrade, definitely jump on, get the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. You guys get 15% off with the code word submission. I got one. My partner loves it, says it looks amazing. It really adds that extra level of class to the bathroom. Look at this. Love it. New colorway, looks amazing. Of course, fantastic in the shower, comes with a warranty. And of course, also with that beautiful light, it's easy on the balls, gets the job done. 15% off with the code word submission. Go to Manscaped right now and get yourself the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. And now, back to the interview. Dude, you know what I love about you guys is you create great albums after great album. I can't wait to dig into this one. I love 660 as well. I think they're amazing. I'm so happy you're able to feature them on this album. There's a couple of features on this album people can look forward to. But what do you make of, I guess, a lot of hip-hop fans lately, or some of the older hip-hop fans from my generation, sort of not really vibing with where the industry is going these days? Like, obviously you guys are killing it, but it's been a little bit harder for some of the local acts to really break through these days. You can't make the same money, obviously. You can't drop your own records as much. And then also internationally, it feels like, in the 2000s, the 90s, it was like, NWA, Dr. Dre, Eminem, Snoop, like Prime Snoop, like, and all the other, like Wu-Tang and all sorts of stuff like that. And now it's kind of like more of this influencery type stuff. How do you feel about the state of rap these days?
It's a different genre of music. It might still be called rap, but I grew up in the 90s and fell in love with 90s hip hop. So that's my kind of formative years. And you know what, that's 30 years from now. It might still be called hip hop or rap, and it is the modern equivalent, but it's a very different genre of music. Like that doesn't sound like the music that I fell in love with. And that's not to say that it doesn't have value or merit, but I think a lot of people probably from my generation or maybe yours, we fall in love with the music in our most formative years, and to expect people to make the same music 30 years is unrealistic. So, but touching on the sort of your comments about it being harder for musicians in Australia, that's a worldwide thing. And, COVID smashed the live music industry, and it's about 50% more expensive to put a live show on. I mean, the cost of living is 50% more expensive. So the cost just to put a show on has gone up with it. People got less disposable income, so artists have got less in their pocket. It's still, even though 5 years on, just getting back to sort of where it was, hopefully.
Well, dude, I'm so happy that this new album is coming out. I can't wait to come and check you out on tour, guys. Make sure to check out Never Coming Home. Of course, check out Fall From the Light. Check these guys out on the big tour. And if you're watching from the UK, man, Germany, Ireland, you guys are all over the place through August. Make sure to check that out as well. I've got the link in the description below where you can pre-order the album. Check out the tour. Check it all out. Man, thank you so much. I'm such a big fan of yours. This has been a highlight for me. Thanks for joining me here on Submission Radio, dude.
Raz, thank you for having me. Love what you do, mate.